Hey everyone, it's Tom Kradza with another Rockstar Minute. And you know, I think the advice that go to school and get a good job is bad advice. And I think if the intent of all of us giving, children, our families, I mean, that's the advice I was given when I was growing up. Go to school and get a good job. And the intent of that advice, I think, is good. We all want our children to have a good future, a secure future, maybe even a better future than we had. And I know that's what my parents and our parents, myself and my brothers, wanted for us. And that was the advice that we were kind of either directly given or it was kind of assumed just through going to school and talking to guidance counselors. You went to school and you got a good job. And the reason that that advice I feel is bad advice, especially in the last 20 years, is when you start breaking down the data. So forget our opinions on all of this for a second. When you start breaking down the data and you look at the data from the time I was born, if you go to StatsCan's website and you go from the time I was born to today, the average income in Canada has gone up about 5 or 6 times, 7 times max. And if you look at hard assets, income producing assets even, they've gone up like 30 times. And the way to look at that is if you just look at the Toronto Real Estate Board's data, and I'm not making this a big real estate talk, so hold on for a second. But if you just look at the real estate information, property prices have gone up like 30 times since I was born. So if that's the case, and we're giving this advice, go to school and get a good job, how about if that good job doesn't get you the life that we're trying to get for our children? So I think really what I really want to communicate to people, and we're going to break down this data in detail. We have a big event coming up on October 14th. If you're not registered for it, track down some information for it. We have almost 700 people. It's for all the members that we work with at Rockstar, and we're going to share the exact specifics around this data as part of one of our talks. But I mean, I think the advice should be go to school. There's obviously huge benefit in going to school. Get a good job, but maybe the intent of that job isn't the end goal. That's not the intent of going to school, is like get a good job and that's the end goal. The intent of the job is maybe to try to save anything you possibly can and buy income producing assets. And if that's too much of a stretch, if you're saying, oh, well, the job, I can't even save money with a job, then you can create income producing assets. Maybe you go to school, you get a good job, you learn a lot of skills in your job, and then you take those skills and you go create an income producing asset like your own business. And really, I think the benefits of that are multifold. You learn a ton in the process, and you seem, from the data that I'm looking at, you're able to keep up with the cost of living, and you can buy yourself some autonomy in your life. You can have some freedom in your life, some personal freedom in your life, and that's what we're all about. That's why we started Rockstar. That's why we quit our job. We believe in living life on your terms. That's why we talk about your life, your terms all the time. And I just think a lot of times we talk about, go to school and get a good job, and people frame that in a way where that's the end goal. And I think we're missing a big part. It should be go to school, get a good job, and figure out how to either buy income producing assets, real estate or otherwise, doesn't have to be real estate, or create an income producing asset like your own cash flowing business. Have some hustle on the side that you start up when you're working and create that business for yourself. A job in and of itself, if you just look at the data alone, is not creating the lives for our children that we want. And I believe that rather strongly. So anyway, hopefully that gives you something to think about. Until next time, your life, your terms.